How far do you have to make it into a series before it's valid for you to say that you don't like it? Is it after the first episode? Do you give it the 3-ep test? Do you have to make it to episode 37? Or should you wait until around episode 300 or 400 to truly make your decision? Personally, I think this conversation is absolutely ridiculous. There is so much content out there to consume that if you are not actively enjoying some content you are watching, just watch something else. And I think One Piece fans need to hear that as well. As much as we love this series to death, it's not going to be for everybody. It's not going to connect with everybody. And this conversation breeds comments like this all the time, where I think this is actually a very good point they're making, but it doesn't quite hold up. They're pushing back on the length of One Piece being a barrier to entry. Basically saying, since One Piece is so long, you can't truly judge it by only watching 10 episodes. Which, to that point, I do think is fair. But in this video, I say that if you can make it up to episode 37 or 38 and you're still not feeling it, that is an incredibly fair place to drop it. And I stand by that. This person is using long book series as an example. And they go on to say that if you were to read only one chapter of a very long book series, then that is not enough to judge the entirety of the series. Where I think on the surface, that is fair. But let's just go over some time investment numbers. One Piece has 1,159 episodes. If you were to only watch the first 40 episodes, that would be 3% of the series. But watching 40 episodes of One Piece means that you've invested over 14 hours into this series. And now let's look at the first Lord of the Rings book for an example. The audiobook is 22 hours long. So do you think if after 14 hours of listening to this book, I could draw an opinion on whether I like it or not? And it be validated in the realm of Lord of the Rings fans? Have I read enough of this story to understand if it's going to be for me or not? I think the answer is overwhelmingly yes. I think no matter how you cut it, time investment is a crucial aspect to enjoying media. Because this is entertainment at the end of it all. Regardless of how important you think the story of One Piece is or how much it means to you, if someone spends 14 hours watching this and does not enjoy themselves, they are wasting their time. And that is a valid critique. Now hear me out, if you watch 40 episodes of it and you say this show is absolutely trash and you're spending all of your days just dogging on the show, I think you're being a little disingenuous as well. That is where the conversation of, well, there's a lot of other things that happen later on in One Piece that you just don't understand yet. And if that is the hill that you're dying on, if you're just fighting against people saying it's trash after watching 1 episode or 10 episodes or 40 episodes, that's fine. They should have certainly said something like, it's not for me, as opposed to attacking an entire fandom just simply for the fact that they don't like their content. But no one's gonna get clicks or likes or comments if they say, it was alright, just not for me. You gotta add the hyperbole. And that's the world we live in. So in a world of hyperbole, be the nuance in between it all. As a One Piece fan, I can accept if somebody doesn't rock with it. So all of that being said, how far should anybody get into any entertainment series before they decide it's not for them? Where's the line?